here. I'm running the Marquette Marathon on Saturday. I'm heading up tomorrow to get a little bit of a jump start on the weekend. And I'm really anxious, really nervous, and really hoping this works out. Been looking forward to this for a long time. I was hoping that I would have done this back in March when I had the injury, and then I had to come back from that. I ran Bayshore. I ran a 3:20 marathon there on less than ideal training leading up to that with coming back from the injury. And so now is the real thing, my last chance for a Boston qualifier for 2018. So hoping I can pull this out. The weather looks like it's going to cooperate fairly well. The last time I looked, it was in the mid to high 60s, a high. It's supposed to rain, but the rain, the last time I looked, wasn't supposed to start until around 11 a.m. So I'm thinking that should be right about when I'm finishing up, just in time for it to start raining. So even if it rains those last 2 miles, that's not a big deal. But I wasn't really looking forward to, being in a downpour for 26 miles, but it doesn't look like that's going to happen. So everything's looking pretty good here, as long as nothing crazy happens between then and now. I got to keep an eye on the weather, but all signs are looking pretty good. I did my dress rehearsal yesterday. I did 2.5 miles at marathon pace, which went pretty well. It definitely felt like I was going pretty fast. It felt like a fast pace. Definitely didn't seem like, oh, this is going to be easy to do for 26 miles, but it wasn't too bad either. Like it felt, kind of comfortably hard, as the phrase were. So we'll see if I can pull it off. I'm gonna go for it, see how long I can hold on. Hopefully I can power through those last few miles, stick to that pace. The couple things that I think are pointing in my favor are, I just ran a 3:20 marathon on Bayshore on less than ideal training, and I didn't really push. I was running conservatively, and once I got to the track, I crossed the finish line at like just over 4-minute mile pace. So I mean, I had enough in the tank to just floor it at the end there. So I definitely think, I easily could have cut down from that 3:20 if I had been pushing myself a little harder then. And then the other thing that's I keep kind of trying to remind myself of is last year I made it through about 16 miles at like 7:14 pace, and then I kind of fell apart from the downhill. I'm hoping, I've been doing high mileage here for about the last year really, and I'm hoping, like at Bayshore, I felt great the whole way. So I'm hoping that'll be the difference between last year and this year. Like my endurance is just that much better that I can do the 26 miles no problem, and I don't fall apart like I did last year basically. So yeah, those are kind of the things in my favor. The things I'm a little worried about is going back to Bayshore again. I have to run like 19 seconds per mile faster this time, and that's an amount that's like small enough to seem not crazy, but at the same time it's like that's a lot, especially when you're talking 26 miles of running that much faster. So that's a little daunting. We'll see what happens. I'll definitely be an emotional wreck probably either way, however it turns out, but really hoping I can pull through. And if not, if I can at least make some progress, if I come close, I'm at least, know I'm building in the right direction. Like by now I feel like it's just a matter of time. It's just, I got to get all the factors to come together. It's frustrating when, there's no easy answer. Like, let's say I fail. It's like, okay, what went wrong? What could I have done better? That's kind of the hard part, is like, okay, was I doing too much mileage? Was I not doing enough mileage? Was I not running fast enough? Was I running too fast? All those kind of things. So those things are kind of hard to figure out sometimes. But the course, I guess I'll give a little review of the course. I've run it before, so I know what I'm expecting, which is better than last year when I ran it for the first time. So it's a really nice course. Most of it's on a trail, a paved trail for most of the way. There is part that's unpaved, if I recall correctly. So you don't have to worry about traffic and things like that. And it's a smallish race. There's a few hundred runners. So it's not one of these packed, like Chicago Marathon or something like that, with 40,000 people. It's pretty spread out, and you don't really have to worry about, getting boxed in and all that kind of stuff. So it's really nice. There's a big stretch. There's like 5 mile stretch that is like aggressively downhill. which is obviously easy on your aerobic system, but it's hard on your legs and your leg muscles and your joints and your tendons and things like that. So I think that's what really beat me up last year, because like when I got to about between 16 and 18, I started just falling apart and realizing I couldn't maintain that pace anymore. I had to walk, run the rest of the way, and which was frustrating, but it was still a PR at the time. So so yeah, I'm just hoping I can hold it together, hope I can be proud of this, and hope all my hard work has paid off, because I've really been working my butt off here for a couple of years and would love to be able to run Boston. And I'll report back on how it went. Either way, I'll try to record while I'm up there, but worst case, I'll record response when I get back on Tuesday. So thanks for all the well wishes. Thanks for thumbs up, subscriptions, and all that kind of stuff. I'll be back with more reviews soon. I got another trainer here. Actually got to pick up at my apartment office tomorrow, so I'll be wearing those in and have a new shoe review coming up shortly. So stay tuned for that, and I'll be back.